Like, if I was a member of Rotten Tomatoes, a certified member, a movie reviewer and shit, nigga, I would have gave this movie a 5%. A 5% Rotten Tomatoes rating.
Good luck.
Cole Young, trash. Trash. I'm looking at this guy the whole entire time, and I was like, oh, you know what? Oh, that's probably, you know, Johnny Cage. That's what I thought, because he was around, well, yeah, he was kind of sort of around Sonya Blade the entire time. But that whole entire movie, the cast was trash. Like, it was just corny. Like, the way that they would even introduce characters, it's like, so Kung Lao showed up. And then basically, it's like he doesn't move. He, like, throws his hat, it comes back, and then he goes like that, and he's like, I'm Kung Lao. I'm like, yo, what the f***? Like, even if he didn't say that verbatim, he might as well have. That's how cheesy it was. That's how cheesy it was. Like, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, I'm going to make a comparison because that's what I'm most familiar with outside the video games. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, when you had Jax, you had Sonya, you had Raiden, you had, who else? Jax, Sonya, Raiden, Jax, Sonya, Raiden, Jade, and who was the other person? And Katana. They actually felt like, they actually had chemistry. Like, they looked like a team that actually belonged together. They looked like their characters. These people, they look like actors. They look like actors. I watched, this Mortal Kombat was like a freaking acting exercise. This was like an acting class, in my opinion. Like, they look like the actor portraying Liu Kang, the actor portraying this, portraying that. Like, they didn't embody their roles at all. And the only ones who came close to that was Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and the guy that played Kano. That was it, because the guy that played Kano did a decent job. Like, I would look at my phone and the movie was playing, and I would hear him and be like, he actually sounds like the video game character. So he was actually casted properly, but everybody else, absolutely not. Fight where Jax loses his arms was okay. Like, I'll give it that. But this movie was a D+. this movie was a D+ or D-. I'll give that shit a D-. And the only reason why that movie even passes is because of Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They saved that whole entire movie. Acting exercise. Yo, this movie, this is supposed to be like a big studio film, right? But it looked like an independent film. This movie looked like a movie that you pitched to get a Mortal Kombat movie made. Like, this is the best y'all can come up with $95 million? Get out of here. Get out of here. This looked like a pitch movie. Cause this dude, I think it's Robin Show. He looked like Liu Kang. Like, and when I think of Liu Kang in real life, I think of him. If I don't think of him, I think of the video game character. And then if you put Robin Show's picture next to the character of Liu Kang in the video game, they look exactly alike. They look exactly alike. So I don't know who the like why they picked that guy in real life, freaking Ludi Lin. And he seemed like a good actor. Don't get me wrong, but he's not Liu Kang. Because there's just certain people, like, you just can't get a random person off the street and be like, ah, you know what, I'm just gonna get this guy. No, it doesn't work like that. Not gonna lie, the movie was a good movie. What? Alright, that movie was trash, bro. I'm sorry. I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. Just Mortal Kombat was trash. It was a garbage movie. To me, it was hot garbage. And Winston, you're way younger than me, so I feel like you you don't know what to expect. Like, you don't have anything to compare this movie to. Because unless you saw the original, like, bro, I'm not even playing right now. I'm gonna be real. See, I got the original Mortal Kombat, and I got Mortal Kombat Annihilation. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I have shit to actually compare this shit to. And this movie was hot garbage. This looks like a movie that was made to get the real movie made. So this wasn't even the real Mortal Kombat movie, in my opinion. True, I don't think that guy was he was the worst Liu Kang. He could never be the best Liu Kang. He's the worst. He's the worst. Sonya Blade was garbage. Like, and then this is the other thing too. Kano is not supposed to be likable. Like, they gave this nigga too much of a personality. I get that. Like, he is a distinct villain amongst the other villains in Mortal Kombat. But he is not supposed to be likable. Like, I was actually laughing at a couple of his jokes. Like, I think he said like one or two things that I chuckled. And I'm asking myself, Kano is not supposed to be funny, and he's not supposed to get along with these motherfuckers. I'm like, he was dead ass hanging out with Sonya and that Cole Young guy. And what the fuck kind of name is Cole Young, bro? Nigga, Power Rangers felt more adulterated than that. The Power Rangers 2017 movie felt way more adulterated than this one did. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, you may enjoy it. I could be wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, I just did not enjoy that movie at all. And in my opinion, they wasted $95 million. There's a lot of movies that they could have made. There's a lot of movies that could be made with 95 mil. Let me tell you something. Because Kano was Kano in the original? I don't remember Kano being in the original Mortal Kombat. I don't remember. But he's not a character that I ever even liked anyway. And then even if he was, he's not supposed to be a nigga that I laugh at. Because he's got a villain's humor. Like, you may find it funny, but he's not supposed to be funny. Because the only person that's laughing in the scene is him. CPUs are so retarded, and I put this shit on normal. In my opinion, Annihilation is a better movie. Better than the original, in my opinion. Because it just seems like I have my taste of films, and to me it just seems a lot more cohesive. And the Shao Kahn in that movie was great. Like, everything they did, everything right. And Liu Kang turns into the dragon in that movie, and he's the main character. He's the man. In this movie, he's not the man. They might as well have just made a movie about those two. They should have did a prequel. Because the guy that played Scorpion is the same guy from Rush Hour 3, and I like him. He was Kenji in Rush Hour 3, fighting Jackie Chan and shit. Does he turn into the dragon in this one? No! This motherfucker Liu Kang he like slightly references to the dragon in the movie, and that's about it. That's about it. He says something about the dragon, but he doesn't like. He probably won't either. He probably won't either. He got no shine in his own movie. Like Mortal Kombat is a Liu Kang franchise. He's the face, and that's one of the reasons why when I was a kid and I saw, it was funny when I was a kid, I didn't see the original Mortal Kombat first. I saw Annihilation first, and him turning into the dragon was like my favorite part as a kid. Like, that was my shit. Like, the whole animality thing, they're not gonna do that. Even though there was a part in the movie that I liked that reptilian thing that they sent at them. That part was kind of cool. Like, that was like the best. That was the best animation in that whole entire movie. Everything else was trash. That shit actually looked kind of sort of realistic. He looked like a hero. And like I said, he looked like he was in shape. He was just as tall as the other characters. You know what I'm saying? Had the same size and everything like that. This Liu Kang looked trash. Like I don't expect that at all for Liu Kang to be like super fucking jacked, but this dude didn't even I don't know, like he looked really skinny, and then like he had like his stomach was protruding. This nigga's stomach was fucking protruding, and I was like, yo, like, how are you small, skinny, and your stomach is out there like that? And it wasn't even a six-pack either. And I'm not one to body shame or none of that, but if you're gonna play a character that I looked up to as a kid and I admired as a kid, y'all gotta get it right. And they flopped. This movie was a flop. They're lucky I'm not like a film critic, because I would have gave it a shitty review. Like, if I was a member of Rotten Tomatoes, a certified member, a movie reviewer and shit, nigga, I would have gave this movie a 5%. A 5% Rotten Tomatoes rating. Like, I feel like the sequel to fucking Big Mama's House was a better movie than this one. Big Mama's House 2 was a shitty movie. Like Black Knight, Martin Lawrence's movie Black Knight was better than this. And that movie has a shitty Rotten Tomatoes rating. Exactly, he looked like he drank a fucking six-pack. Exactly. Like, yo, when you see it, trust me. Like, when they first meet Liu Kang, wherever he's shirtless, because there's a part where like they meet him or some shit very early on and he's shirtless, and then they get a shot of his back, and then they get him at a certain angle. You see his stomach come like way out to here, and I'm like, how are you that small and you're supposed to be in shape and your stomach is protruding? Like, I don't know. It might have been the way that he was standing, because they tried to go for that Bruce Lee kind of sort of feel about this dude. But Bruce Lee was in shape. And Bruce Lee was skinny, but he was still in shape. They got it wrong with this guy. An actor, the last time I looked at his Instagram, he did not look like that. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Goro. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad, but the animation just seemed off. I feel like maybe to get, you know, Avengers level CGI these days is probably super expensive. But I mean, with $95 million, y'all could have done way more than that. Like, the set design was trash. Like, you could just tell they were in like a green screen studio in Georgia somewhere. Like, everything about this movie, just like, what did they do with the $95 million? I don't know what they did with it, but they didn't make a movie with it. Clearly, they made a pitch film. Like, I don't know what was going on at the studios or some shit, or somebody just made off with the money. It's like they got allotted $95 million, and then somebody just used that shit to take a vacation, and then they just got stuck with the rest. So it looked like they made this movie with $2 million. Get Out looked more high quality than that movie, and they made Get Out with like a shoestring budget relative to that, how much that movie ended up making. I am by no means the biggest, you know, Mortal Kombat fan. I am not, but you know, I like it enough to have issues with this movie, and I have valid reasons as to why I dislike this movie. Because I was expecting for them to get it right. That's why I didn't chew that movie up in my reaction. Because I was like, you know what, I could be wrong. I said I don't want to speak preemptively, so I said, because I love Mortal Kombat, I said let me wait. You know, I'll wait. I'll give it time. They could have went and did a prequel, a Sub-Zero, which they're probably gonna do anyway, which is what they should have done in the first place. They could have just done a sequel and build it at that, because the actors that played Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they did such a great job that like it literally looks like they had a rivalry that goes way back, that like, you know, the audience is not going to understand. Like, that's how good of a job that they did. The action sequences, the acting, all of that was on point. I don't have anything to say about those two, but everybody else is garbage. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just horrible. It was horrible. And I don't know. In the trailer, I saw them have a statue of Shao Kahn, and it looked like the Shao Kahn in the video game. So what are they gonna do? Get CGI Shao Kahn, and then like, yo, like honestly, they didn't have to make a movie because like we got the video game, and the video games have a phenomenal story. And every time I watched, because I would go out, like the video games are so good that even before I had the game myself, I used to just sit and watch the cutscenes and like for the game. I used to just watch the movie, like the video game movie. I used to just sit. Wow, nigga stole. I used to just watch that shit. And I told myself, I was like, yo, if they ever did a movie, the story would have to be that good. Well, because this is the thing, and this is the problem with you know, movies like that, is the fact that once you get it wrong, you get it wrong, and then like you won't get another sequel for years. It's not like, let's say if this movie doesn't go on to make the money that, you know, they want it to make, like it doesn't do the box office numbers, and they decide not to make a sequel, they're not gonna try again for years. Like Power Rangers, they got it wrong, you know what I'm saying, and we didn't get another one. It's rare that, like, you know, you'll up with the first movie like Godzilla did, and then they'll get another opportunity to get it right. You know, if that was Reptile, because I thought that like that was just like some shit that they just, you know, summoned just because. Honestly, the fact that Scorpion has a son is stupid. Real shit. And it's a character that never existed in Mortal Kombat history. In Mortal Kombat lore, there was no such thing as Cole Young. I don't know what producer idiot sat there and were like, yeah, we're gonna create, you know, a character named Cole Young who's an MMA fighter that doesn't win, and then we're gonna make this guy the main character and suddenly make him good. Like, they gave him like this fake ass vibranium special ability. Like at the end of the movie, like this shit like comes over him, and it's almost kind of like Black Panther's suit, where the more he takes damage, he can take that force that he just took in and then project it out at his opponent or at his enemy and shit like that. I saw that and I was like, Luke, if anybody should have something like that, it's Liu Kang. Don't give it to him. Like, this dude couldn't even win his MMA fight in the beginning. And then even the loser character was like, oh, you know, why do they want me and I lost? And then another part that I didn't like, what they did was they had all the characters that were gonna fight in the tournament, they made them have markings. And it's like, Sonya Blade didn't even have the marking. So in my opinion, I still don't even know why she was even involved and why was she even there if she didn't have a marking. And it's like, she wanted so bad to be involved that when she killed Kano and she got the marking, she was so happy that she got the marking. And I was like, yo, that's corny, because Mortal Kombat doesn't work like that. As far as I know about Mortal Kombat, it's like, yo, they get the Earth realm's greatest fighters, and then they bring them over to the tournament to fight. I don't know, the whole freaking marking shit is trash. None of these people had personality. These are all actors. This is actors combat. This is actor combat. This wasn't no damn Mortal Kombat. Because the people in the original movies, they all had personality. Oh, it's trash. Like, the way that shit happens, yo, it's so corny. And then because he was there to like save his girl or his sister. I don't even know who these people are. Like, this movie didn't hold. Like, let me tell you something. Godzilla and King Kong had more personality than all of these characters in Mortal Kombat combined. outside of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And Godzilla and King Kong, they couldn't even talk, and they had more personality. How does that happen? And they couldn't even talk. And to me, I feel like Godzilla and especially King Kong got more personality than these people do. They're just actors. They're actors. Because they don't. This doesn't even seem like a franchise that I would want to follow and support moving forward. Because I couldn't even really say that I had a favorite character, because we don't really know anything about Scorpion outside of the fact that, you know, Sub-Zero killed his family at the end, and then he has some sort of relation to Cole Young. But other than that, like, I don't even know the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see Scorpion, honestly, I see Kenji from damn Rush Hour. I don't see Scorpion, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the character. Because he was in the beginning and he was in the end. That was it. That was it. Why is he trying to save his girlfriend? You know why? Because he's an original character that somebody just decided to just write into the script. He's not even original. He's not even from Mortal Kombat. Like, they just created him. That's like they just decided to put me in the damn movie and say, oh, you know, Dimitri, it called my character Dimitri. That shit is corny. Even if it is me, I'll say that shit straight up. I'll tell them, like, yo, that's corny. They even go to the tournament? Like, yo, I'm telling you, this movie didn't even hold my attention. Because first of all, I don't even like watching brand new movies at home. So they already had, that was already one thing going against the movie already. When I saw Godzilla vs. King Kong, that movie had my attention from start to finish. I barely looked at my phone. When I'm talking about I got bored watching this brand new movie, I got bored. I got bored. This new movie was how to butcher a franchise 101. Acting class 101. So this Chili's is not fugazi, yo. They didn't even go to the tournament. They didn't even go. That just goes to show you they trying to make money. They're trying to make money. If the average Mortal Kombat fan is smart, they'll like boycott this film and make them go back and do another one. Go back and do another one, because they can do better than that. Seems like in these movies, they go out of the way to do the bare minimum with the first movie and then try to go hard the second movie and then fail miserably. Because like Spawn, to me, well, now I don't even want to say that, but what I will say is that for a movie like Spawn, for the time that it was made, I feel like I'm more impressed by the CGI in Spawn than I am in Mortal Kombat. And just because I'm a Mortal Kombat fan doesn't mean I have to like an obviously trash movie. A blatantly trash movie at that. I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to like it. Trust me, I really wanted to. But I will compare this movie to the Avatar Last Airbender movie that they made and the Dragon Ball Z movie that they made, because it's literally just I'm watching an actor. That kid, even if his face was ashy, he didn't look like no damn Aang to me. You know, the animated characters. That's what we know. Get an actor that can embody that. If not, then don't do the movie, period. Cause you look at the original Sonya Blade, and in this one, no comparison. And in my opinion, the Sonya Blade in the original films, I'm talking about the second one, not the first one. The second one was more attractive than this one. Because the Sonya Blade from the first movie looked like she belonged in Starship Troopers. Oh, you know what they messed up at? They messed up Mileena so bad. They messed up Mileena so bad. And I love black women, but y'all, like, if you're gonna do that, like, that didn't even look like Mileena. When they pulled up, when Shang Tsung pulled up with his lackeys and shit, or when they walked up and I seen her face, I was like, first of all, where's her teeth? Like, Mileena's supposed to have that big grin, like, and she's not even grinning, but her face is just like that. Where the was it? Like, come on, man. Like, and in this case scenario, I'm not even gonna blame the actress, because that's not her fault. Okay, they got her design all up, trying to like make that shit modernized and shit. They tried to modernize that shit. Some rapper chick, like Megan Thee Stallion or somebody, was pretending to be Mileena or something for Halloween, and even she got it right. From what I saw, it looked better than the movie. Raiden, I don't even know what this man looks like. He just looks like a shadowy dude with lights for eyes. Yo, fuck Chili's, yo. They give you no utensils. Horrible movie.